Happy Flosstube Friday, friends. My name is Kari. This is Tiger Lily Designs. Welcome to Flosstube episode number 36. August 12th to you, friends. If you're a returning subscriber, thanks so much for coming back. If you're checking me out for the first time, welcome. Today I've got some great new stitching for you. It's new but old. A little bit of a story there, but it's going to be fun. 5 new patterns I've never shown you before, so that's always fun. I will have a little bit of different twist to today's episode because of life events. I will do a life update at the end in case that's not your jam. I will also have a little quick shop update at the end because August 15th, which is when my project keepers come out, is on Monday. So I almost have them all done. A little sneak peek to show you, see if you find one that you think needs to come to your collection. I have a featured friend to share with you, which is going to be a new little segment I'm super excited about. And like I said, let's just dig right into the stitching. So where does the stitching come from? Now again, life updates at the end, but the moral of the story is I did not work on any of the whips that you've seen recently. Here in the last episode, now if you missed last week's episode, let's just pause right there for a minute because you're gonna wanna go back because you still have a week from last week's 1 year 5K extravaganza and all of these prizes and all of the things. Remember, there were 17 prizes to win. Lots of fabric, lots of charts, lots of kits, lots of bundles, lots of great stuff. So I have been working on hearting and commenting back on you guys on those and collecting your questions. It's going to be so much fun in September when we go and dig into some of those questions. But you still have a week. So remember, if you just found me, yay for you. Go back to last week's extravaganza video, watch it, and enter to win some of those great prizes. The drawings are going to be next week. So there's one more week for that drawing. Okay, so remember, I don't have any whips. From the whips that I've been showing you for the last, I'm kind of stick around 5 to 10 of the same whips. Then I finish one, then I have a new start. That's kind of like my method of my madness. But because of life, I did not put a stitch in since last Friday. But don't worry, I have new stitching to share with you. Now, how do I have new stitching? Okay, so this is a little bit of a story. So remember in Mania, again, if you're been here for a while, you know a little bit of the story, but if you're new here, let me give you a recap. For Mania, I had the best of intentions to have a new start every day during the month of May, at least Monday through Friday. Each week was a featured week. It was all new designers, new patterns. It was like my Etsy, kind of like a twist on my Flossmas, but in Mania. Anyway, so I think I got through about 10 days, maybe the first 2 weeks of Mania, because I, at the same time of doing that crazy whirlwind of a start, I decided that was a good thing to do in combination with packing up and moving. They don't go together. I did need to sleep that month. So unfortunately, Mania kind of like fizzed away. So my fall week, which was fine. I did the summer and spring, super great. The fall week, I never showed you guys because I was packing instead. But the good news is that I had done the prep work in, March and April because that's kind of when you have to do that kind of stuff. And so I had done the prep work for fall. And so I have 5 fall patterns to show you. And it's the perfect time. Like, now is when you want to do the fall stitching. So I thought, Okay, I was thinking I don't have any stitching to show you guys, my friends from last Friday, because busy. But I haven't showed you this, so let's dig into this. So what this is it's 5 patterns. They're all fall smalls. Now, my goal for Mania was to be small. They were supposed to be like Dobo pillow finishes, kind of like this Hope pillow, which is just one of those tiny little pillows. Or you can make it a little tiny flat fold if you want it. But they're small, manageable, quick stitches. None of the giant samplers. I got enough of those big girls. But, you know, so these are all quick stitches. A lot of them are independent Etsy designers. They're all PDF patterns, which is great, which means like you can start one today. So hopefully you're going to see something. So I pulled these out. I went into my whip rolly cart, which is one of the questions. I will show you during September what that even means. But yes, it's a rolly cart. Basket. There's not a big enough basket for all my whips. So, I just pulled them out, and they are in the Monday through Friday order that I would have shown you back in May. So let's just dig in and see what we got. Okay, so like I said, I did all the work back in May to show you. So the first pattern we're going to show you today is Thanksgiving Pumpkin. The designer is Tracy Campbell. Now I'm going to link. These are all, like I said, these are all either Etsy or individual website designs, and you can go and grab these PDFs today. So that's super fun. So Tracy is someone I found during Flossmas. She is so sweet. She's a designer up in Canada, I think. And she's got a great little Etsy shop, patterns and little like notions and like zipper pulls, fun stuff. So this is a sweet little small. It's 63 by 68. You can see I did a little bit of a tiger lily color conversion, kind of switching it up to colors I had. So let's show you the pattern. Maybe you need a little Thanksgiving pumpkin in your life. I mean, really? I loved it. I love that it kind of reminds me of cross stitch and quilting, like, you know, merged, which is obviously my jam. So this is my quick little start. Like I said, I did kit it all up. So I've got it all kitted up. And it looks like it's all bobbinated DMC. Look at those fall yummy colors. So I tried to stay in inspired by colors, but I pulled from stash, which is the greatest thing to do. That's just what I love to do with these PDF patterns, these smalls. You know, you look and you're like, okay, I need a dark orange and a light orange and a rust and a teal. So you just pull from your stash, do a little floss toss, and you're good to go. So this is on a 14 count oatmeal. Let me make sure. I know I do have my glasses on. So I did a little quick start. I mean, I think, yep, my plan was I'm only going to do just the little pumpkin. The words and acorns are adorable, but I just love that pumpkin. So I started with one color. I think I'm on the second color. So I'm working on 2 colors of the oranges. So that's a sweet little pumpkin Thanksgiving pattern by Tracy. She's got an Etsy shop. I will link her down below. Okay, so what was number 2 gonna be? Number 2, let's just show, oh, I remember this one was adorable. And I really wanted, this is one that I wanted to like get fully finished and show you on the day, because how cute, let me just show you, how cute is this little black cat? Can you see? It's a 3-dimensional witch's hat type pillow. It's not a pillow. It's like a stand-up type, kind of like a stand-up, but it's not stuffed. It's kind of just a flat brim. You make a cone and it just sits. So it would sit in this little dough bowl Halloween menagerie of things. This is by Plum Pudding Needle Art. Again, I will link her down below. So this is from 2008. I mean, some of these things are so timeless. Okay, so this is the one I was doing. Oh, I was gonna say, and it's not in here, but it is. It blended. Here's my project information card. You can see it's a sweet, small little stitch, 44 by 53. I just kind of, the moon, I used, instead of using whatever the called for, I just pulled some floss, 5 flosses that I thought easy, 5 colors Now, stitching on black is not my favorite. But, oh, and I have a silk in here. And I'm dropping DMCs on the floor. But I need to get this. I mean, yum. Little Mercedes orange. Okay, so like how? This was a Mercedes number 29. This is a silk. Like I said, I just pulled from stash moss. I mean, there's barely, it's just the stem of the pumpkin. All you need are scraps. And then I had 2 DMCs for the patchwork and then the moon. But it's a tiny little thing. And when you finish it, hashtag goals, I will finish it for this fall. But it would be so cute in my little Halloween double. So once you finish it up, then you lose the 8 holes and you do the little fabric brim and it's going to be adorable. Such a sweet stitch. Super quick. Could probably finish it this weekend. Maybe I will. I don't know. We'll see. But that was fall small number 2. Hold on, let me put it back in my little Amazon project bags, because if I don't, this table will be a hot mess. All right, number 3. Oh my gosh, this was such a great find. I had never heard of this designer before, and unfortunately, I don't know how to pronounce it. Let's see if I can find the cover page. TJ Designs. That's my best guess. TJ Designs. And she is a designer on Etsy, and I found her and I loved this pattern. It was adorable. Now, unfortunately, there's no, the pattern is just the chart. I don't even want to show you. Like, it's just, there's a little, so it's a wonderful color, full color chart, easy to read, fantastic. I will link her down below. I am stitching mine on an 18 count platinum Aida. Again, welcome. I'm an Aida stitcher if you're new here. 5.5 by 11.5. And again, I did my own little color conversions, and it was kind of, I used the words, the colors, because you're like, I don't even know what the pattern looks like. Well, the good news is this one, I kind of got it really, isn't that adorable? Okay, so obviously there's one more pumpkin, and so it's a sweet little pattern. Like I said, I wish I could show you, but there's no pattern cover sheet. But I have most of it stitched, so you're good. So it's 4 pumpkins in autumnal colors, not like, the traditional orange and whatever. So there's a teal one, an orange one, a gray one, then like a mustard one. And then there's the stems, and then there's going to be some leaves. Yeah, there's a leaf for each pumpkin, and then see the little swirls right here? That's where like the pumpkin vines are going to get all connected. But it's going to be such the sweetest little dough bowl pillow. And obviously you can see I stitched on this way more than an hour back in May and March and April when I was prepping for Mania, because I just think this is the cutest. And I got it all ready to fill in. I could fill in that little A, and I did lots of things. Again, I just pulled from stash. I just went, because that's the great thing about smalls, like I said, that you can just pull. You don't need to worry about multiple skeins or anything. So you just pull from your thread wall. I mean, I've got most silk in here. I got Mercedes silk. I've got classic colorworks. I think there's a gas, and of course, good old DMC. I mix and match them all. Sweet little stitches. If I just hunker down, and maybe I'll just make September like small September. Ooh, instead of sampler September, because really, I don't need another reason for more samplers. Maybe smalls September is more my stitchy jam. What do you think? I might do it. We'll see. I come up with all kinds of things. Okay, so that was third one. Number 4 from fall week during Mania that I never showed you. Oh, now this one I've seen. Some of my other Flosstube friends have found this. I was gonna do it back in Mania, and I started it up. I did put my own little twist on it, completely different, but it's so sweet. Willow Hill Samplings. So she has her own website. I don't think she's on Etsy anymore, but it's Autumn Alphabet. And how sweet is that? Then this one's a little bigger. Okay, back to my project information card. 87 by 127. I'm doing this on a 14 count fiber on a win affogato. I did my own color conversion, totally switched it up. You can see in the patterns, there's loosey-goosey flosses everywhere, that it was basically 3 teal pumpkins, and that's adorable, except for orange is more my jam. So instead, I went and I pulled, hold on, let me hide the chart. I went and I pulled 3 shades of coppery orange for my pumpkins. Let's see, how far did I get? Oh, okay, not far, not too bad. I got 1 pumpkin, 1 done. And this one is a sweet potato. So I have, you know that Quaker pumpkins, Hello from Liz Matthews pattern that I did? Beautiful Quaker pumpkins. I showed you guys last week. Love it. It had like 5 or 6 different fancy floss, variegated orange autumnal type of colors. And that palette was perfect. So I just went and I pulled 1, 2, 3, and they were all like, they played nice together. They held hands. So I pulled 3 of those orangey colors to be my 3 orange pumpkins instead of the teal pumpkins. And that's as far as I got. So not too far. This one I couldn't finish super quick if I wanted to. And then I went ahead and I pulled a variegated green. I think it's charted. See the green? It's like 3 different colors for that green. And that's fantastic. But when I'm working on smalls and I just want to like get her done, I'm a big fan of, instead of having to color change like it's my job, to get the variegation on those pumpkin leaves, what do? I get a heavily variegated green, especially, it's perfect for greens. You know, nature is beautiful and all the different colors in rainbow. So I just grabbed a super heavy variegated green to give me that texture. So I didn't have to change colors and threads. It's kind of like, I'm not gonna say the lazy way of doing it. It's the way I do it. So this green, this is, let me just pull it. Super variegated, and it's called Schoolyard, and that's exactly what I wanted. I wanted the natural variegation for the leaves and the texture and all that, but I didn't want to change colors 3 times. So little tiger lily tip. All right, so that was number 4 for that week. So that one I couldn't get done in a day if I wanted to, but it's close. Again, they're all smalls, super fun. Kind of digging this small September. All right, so the last one, if you remember from Mania, Fridays were always Freebie Fridays. And so this is a freebie pattern, and I love it. Now let me, so I actually had, what I did is I had, I showed you guys 3 different freebies. One that I started stitching and one that I didn't. So hold on, let me, I know it's a freebie, but I don't want to be the one to show you the chart. So this is a freebie by Lottie Da. Smell my feet. It's so adorable. So let me just cover the chart for the most part. So I'm doing mine on a 14/16 count Patchwork dyed grape fabric that he gave me. And it's just 3 colors, 2 colors, 3 colors, black, green, 2 colors, black and green. That's it. But you can see the sample is stitched on orange fabric, which is fantastic, but I love purple too. And this one was so fun. So I'm doing mine on purple. So you can see that, see the modeling on that. Oh, so this was Grape Juice. Grape Juice dyed, natural grape juice dyed. So I love the funky modeling. Of course, it's gonna blend in more once this stitches this. And I'm doing this with 2 of Mo's silk. It's just this like neon witchy green, which I thought was perfect. And then of course a Mo silk black. I will link Mo's down below. So great. So, you know, this is just perfect little fill-in. This would be a fun mindless stitch So that was a freebie Friday. That will be a quick little stitch. And then I had two other, let's see. So this was my card from Fall Mania. Again, I did all the prep work. Trick or Treat La-Di-Da, just showed you guys that. There's also a freebie from Plum Street called Give Thanks. And there's a Summer's End Not Forgotten Farm freebie. Now I am gonna flash these charts. So these are charts, disclaimer. I know like that's like against the rules and stuff, but they're freebies. So I'm not gonna hold them up there. Please go and find, I will try to link them down below, but if not, you can just Google and find them. So this is the Give Thanks by Plum Street. It's such a sweet little pattern. And everything Give Thanks. And then it's got 5 little pumpkins charted real sweet. And then Summer's End. This is a Not Forgotten Farm freebie. It was just this sweet little autumnal dough bowl. Like, you know, it's not, doesn't scream fall. You could do it in other colors. But I thought those were the 3 little sweet fall stitching freebies that I wanted to share with you guys. Okay, so that is my stitching. Yay. I know, no whips. Other than those lots of whips, but hopefully maybe you found a small that you want to do or add to your collection for your autumn stitching. Are you autumn stitching yet? Are you still Jolly July stitching? What are you doing? So let's dig in. I'm gonna do a little shop update first, and then actually let's do the featured friend first. So featured friend is kind of a twist on what I do with Flossmas, which is sharing Etsy designers and Etsy small businesses. Now, I'm a small business, and we're not going to get into that, but I love to support other one-woman shops, one-man shops, you know, a little tag team husband and wife duo shop, small business like. So I decided, so that's what I do during Flossmas, is I was trying to expose you guys to hopefully new designers that you don't know, new dyers, new things, all the things during Flossmas. Same thing with Mania. Some of these are small designers that have been designing for years, but they're not huge. They're not at Expo. They're not at the LNSs. They're just, you know, trying to get by, doing their own little thing. So I'm going to try to add a featured friend. During my normal floss tubes. I won't have any of the prep work for it, but it's just to share with you guys somebody that I found that I love that I want to share with you, and maybe it's something that fits into your crafty needs. So today's feature friend, her name is Molly. Now, full disclosure, it is not cross stitch. But if you are a creative person, sometimes you kind of zig and zag and do all the things, whether you're a stitcher and a quilter, or a stitcher and a knitter, or crochet, or a yarn textile artist. Maybe you cross over. And so this is for my crossover friends. Are any of you yarnies? I just made that up. Is that a real thing? I don't know. Rachel, Sue, is that a real thing? Those are my friends from Floss Toss and Treehouse Fiber Arts. Sue started off as a designer or as a dyer. She still dyes yarn. Now she dyes fabric with Rachel. Anyway, I've talked about LFA linens oodles in my other floss tubes, but I have a new yarn dyer for you to share. Her name is Molly. Now, we became friends sometime last fall. I don't even remember whether it was during Flossmas or how we became like Instagram-y friends. So now we DM back and forth, and that's the great thing about this community. I've talked about it before, about making new friends and connecting on other things, things other than stitching, other than, you know, just the thread and the floss and the things that we have in common. I connected with Molly for a couple different reasons, but right now I'm connecting with Molly because she's a new single mom. So I feel for her. I don't feel for her. She's crushing it. It's going to be great, but it's a hard road to travel, and I've been there and I know it, and I want to help her. So Molly is a yarn dyer, and she's got a beautiful, if I can find the picture, she sent me a picture of her dye kitchen. It's not even a kitchen. She converted her garage into this dye oven. I will ask her if I can insert a photo in the video real quick. And if I can, I'll pop it in here because it's amazing. She has her dye shop is in the garage of her home. And she's got like those Subway, she calls them the Subway ovens, like, you know, where they cook the bread and stuff. Something like that, but that's how she does her yarn. I mean, this is like in her home, and she's doing it to support her 2 kids. She's got 2 sweet, adorable. So I will link her Instagram down below. Go check her out. If you love colorful yarn pictures showing up in your Instagram feed, you need to follow her. And if you like to collect yarn, or if you know somebody who's maybe on your holiday shopping list, who is a knitter or a crocheter or need some yummy hand-dyed yarn, Molly is your girl. She has, so this is her Etsy shop. She is on Etsy. The name of her company is Sweet Tea Yarns. And so she has, let's just pull up her hand-dyed yarns. Listen, I told her, I was like, I want to make socks. She goes, you know, that's kind of like not step 1 of learning how to knit. But look, the yarns are just gorgeous. Just like, I just love it. Let's see if I can get you. I mean, the variegation without reflecting all my windows, just yummy. I don't speak yarn, but I love color. I speak color. I speak variegation, and these just speak to me. So she's great bundles. Again, I don't speak the speak. But if you do, go check out her Etsy shop. Show her some love. Like I said, maybe you need to add it to your stash. Maybe your sister or your aunt or your mom. What she does have, and what I'm seriously considering. Okay, so this is it, friends. Like I said, I crocheted the mandatory baby blanket when Noah was, you know, cooking. So that was 20 years ago. Oh, fudge. Okay, so, you know, I crocheted that 20 years ago. I haven't done anything since. Now, I collected yarns. I have a whole bucket of yarns now for needle punch. That lasted about a hot minute. But, like, it's just so yummy. I just love it. But she has, and I'm so tempted, she has a 2022 advent calendar, and she just opened up more spots. 24 mini skeins, which I guess is 90 yards each. 20 grams. Okay, learning. Weights, 20 grams. I know yards, fabric. Grams of, I need a little tutorial. Maybe I should have watched a YouTube and educated myself on yarn lingo. But anyway, so she has an advent with 24 mini schemes and 100 gram thing on Christmas Day. I don't know why you need I don't know how these things go together, but they just look super yummy. And so what a fun little treat for you, for your friend. But she just opened more spots for that because she is. And so if you are a yarny, check her out. Thanks. So that's my featured friend. Let's do just a 5-minute life update, and then I'll do a shop update down the end, and then we'll be done. Okay, so life update. I told you all last Friday, that, you know, this was going to be a whirlwind week, and I was preparing. I had all the stitches, like I had some of my whips in the fill-in ready because I was going to be going out of town. I was taking Noah down to Clemson. He's going to be a sophomore now, and so that means you move off campus. The freshman year, you're required to be on campus. Sophomore year, you're off, and you're doing your own like apartment and bringing down the furniture and setting all that up. So it's a whole nother level of fun. And so we were moving down. We had 2 jam-packed cars, and we'd already moved down all the furniture. We got the queen bed, the couch, all that this was just stuff. But we moved all that down. Well, so my plan is that we were going to drive down on Sunday, and then we get to do the fun stuff like organizing the kitchen. This is like where I thrive. Hanging curtains. That's not his thing, but he wanted blackout curtains because, teenagers sleep until noon. So, hanging the curtains and organizing and just getting everything set up at least to start, because, you know, if you don't have a 20-year-old boy, you might not understand, but boys are kind of like a hot mess sometimes. So you need to at least start them off on the right foot, right? So that was what I thought we were going to be doing. So we drove down. It's a 9-hour drive from where I live to go down to Clemson. We get down there. I'm going to really condense this long story into a short story. The moral of the story is we walk into his apartment that we're renting. And I determined this isn't it. This is, I can't just hang up a curtain. We have to paint every single wall and every single piece of trim in this apartment. I'm not going to get into logistics as to why the landlord hadn't done that. Didn't matter. The moral of the story is me and Noah are doing it. So Sunday we roll in, 3 p.m., 4 p.m., we're at Lowe's getting gallons of paints and rollers and brushes and all the things. So by 5 o'clock, I got my paint clothes on. I did bring paint clothes just in case. And we are painting our little hearts out. And so Sunday, 6 a.m. on Monday to 10 p.m. on Monday, the full 16 hours. Do it again on Tuesday. This is a 4-bedroom, 4-bathroom. Yeah, lucky boys, huh? They each get their own bathroom. Pretty sweet digs. 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, kitchen, family room, sunroom, apartment in a, you know, midline apartment complex near Clemson. We painted every piece of trim, every wall in that apartment in those 2.5 days. Noah had never used a roller before. Okay, so there was a learning curve, but we got it done. So by Wednesday morning, I got to hang the curtains and help him organize for just a little bit. And he was excited. 2 of his roommates were moving in that day. I got to meet them. I mean, I've met them before. These are roommates from last year. But, you know, they got to come in and they were excited. And the boys, you know, they were just excited to start the new year and the fresh and to be on their own and learn about life and all that comes with it. And so it was a long 3, 4, 5 days, because it's a full day drive back, you know, 52 hours of painting or whatever it was. I mean, so like my hand was cramping. So there was no needle. I didn't stitch one stitch. I didn't, my hand barely came out of like the crusted hand brush because I was hand cutting everything. Because we didn't have time to tape. So I was hand cutting. Thankfully, I have a steady hand and I can do it. And it looks pretty darn good if I do say so myself. I mean, like, I'm not a professional painter, but I got it done. And it looks light years better. It's just fresh and clean. And so I don't know what the boys were doing in that apartment last year, but it was on the walls and on the floors and on the baseboards and on the everything. Anywho, but he is down there and I've already FaceTiming. I came back, went to sleep, and yesterday I was up sewing again at the Krakow, getting ready for the Project Keeper release on Monday, because T-minus 6 days, I take Lily to college. So when I'm going to stitch, I don't know. I'll stitch later. But right now I am sewing my little fingers to the bone on the sewing machine for the Project Keeper release. So Monday, August 15th at 1 p.m. Eastern is my Project Keeper release. Now I have been sneaking. I showed you guys maybe a couple episodes ago what was coming. So I do have at least one. So sometimes, you know, most of these are vintage stitchings, or at least some of them are, and they're kind of onesie, one of a kinds, or maybe I can get, you know, 5 or 6 of one kind. So I have the samples right here to show you, just in case you haven't, because most of them have been sneak peeked in stories in Instagram. And so with stories, they kind of like disappear in 24 hours. So if you missed it, maybe I don't want you to miss it. So let me sneak peek them here, just in case you see something that you want to try to set your alarm for Monday. Remember, 1 p.m. Eastern. They go on sale on my website. They're not on Etsy. It's on my individual website, which is of course linked down below. But set an alarm because some of the favorite ones go pretty fast. Sorry. All right, so let me just show you them real quick. Now, this one I have shown before. This one's super popular. There was a Daisy vintage linen. Look at those stitches. So sweet. Now, again, all my project keepers are either going to be the double zip variety, which means you can they all have the vinyl 2 double big pockets, and they each have a pocket behind. So there's this double zip variety that feature vintage stitching, some that don't. So there's gonna be okay, daisies. Daisies have something unique. So I'm at least 7 of these. To be honest, it was a ginormous table linen. So I had 10 more motifs. I did not have the fabric, but I do now. So depending on the weekend and how it all goes, there might be more than 7 daisies, or there might be 10 daisies in September. We'll see. I can't promise there. And the promise is at least 7 on Monday. There's that. Or the project keepers. Now this one, look at that peachy. It's just such a yummy color, and the roses. Look at the fabric, and with the bird, it just screams. And look at another bird. It just screams very blackbird, blackbird-esque. So this is one of the Bobbins styles. Now, so each pattern, there's usually at least one of each style. I just like to mix it up because not everybody bobbinates. And so this is the bobbin. It's got 24 bobbin folders and then 1 pocket and 1 vinyl pouch. So there's that. There's 8 of these coming up on Monday. Now, some of these aren't completely done. So like this one doesn't have the binding yet. Almost, but not yet. So rainbow patchwork, very popular last month. As the quilter with scraps, I was able to come up with a couple more of these. So I started the binding. This is one of the bobbin ones. We got the rainbow, all the colors, the pockets, and then it's gonna have a black and white stripe binding on it. So it's going to be adorable. This one was inspired, first of all, this vintage stitching, fantastic, but strawberries in summer, yum. And then if anybody doing that Teresa Koga, if you're in her Patreon, she's got a summer or a strawberry sew along for tier 4. And I was like, look at this strawberry fabric. I think I need one for my little strawberry sew along. So strawberries on the inside, the blue, the zipper, this I still have to add the binding, but there'll be one of these. I think that's a one of a kind. This is another one of a kind strawberry patchwork. So I took some of the strawberry fabric that I put on the inside to some of those other ones, made a fun little funky patchwork out of it. This was a vintage stitching. There's just 2 of these. This was one of those small little table runners. It only had 2 vintage motifs that I was able to, but look at that purple on the inside. So fun. And that's it. So that is my little shop update sneak peek preview. Again, there's gonna be somewhere between 25-ish or so on Monday. The daisies do have a special little collaboration that I'm doing with the Starlight Stitching Co. Amanda, who is also a small business. She's in Kansas. She makes the little sewing clutches. I totally forgot to bring mine, but like I showed them last week, small little stitching clutch. She is making coordinated daisy. She got the fabric so we could matchy match daisy clutches. So you could put a clutch inside your keeper, such a cute little set. Maybe check somebody off your Christmas list. I don't know. Or yourself. Wrap it up for yourself or start using it now. Whatever you want. You deserve it. All right, friends, that is my Flosstube Friday. Remember, next Friday is the winners for the extravaganza. So if you haven't entered yet, Go back and enter the prices, the giveaways, the words, all the things. The only thing I do want to say is I did notice, and my mama, she is my little comment auditor. She did tell me that, you know, sometimes if you put an S at the end of your word, it doesn't work. Like if the code word was star, you can't put stars. That won't enter you in. So I don't know if you did. So just, you know, if you want to go back and comment again to make sure you win, knock yourself out, do it. All right, friends, that's what I got. So next Friday, or I'll see you on Monday for the Project Keeper. Come follow me on Instagram. If you like this video, I'd love for you to give it a thumbs up. That helps. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel, hit the bell to be notified. All the things to help me in this YouTube adventure. But until next Friday, friends, happy stitching.